Oh, hi there, everyone. Welcome to another Cardwell's Cauldrons here at Geektopia Island. I'm Cardwell.
And I'm Kevin.
And today, we're diving into the good old Warlord of the Dwarves here at Legion's Realms at War. The deck name is called Master Exploder. And yeah, so we've learned while putting the cards together of what the collection that we have. They're either just drunk or they're blowing things up. Probably at the same time, but they just don't show it.
Yeah.
To be honest. So with that, but before we go ahead and get into the deck, we go and remind you that we do have a Patreon. It only takes $1 to support us, and we love you very much for it. And the link will be down below. It'll go ahead and give you, depending on what tier, representation with your name or early access to all our deck techs and all the fun stuff that we do here. And today, of course, the Dwarf Warlord that we have is Quartzheart, the Arcane Runemaster. As Kevin just explained it, he is the smartest goblin. He's just staying back and letting them do their thing.
Yeah, he's like, I'll go explode things. I'm going to just throw spells.
Yeah, throw spells. I'm going to learn things. Y'all do whatever you need to. But what we have is the DCM. His max life is 70. Special ability is Casting the Runes. It cooldown 4 turns with Bloodborne 2, so you have to pay 2 health, but that's a very low cost. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, rummage through the cards in order you choose, and return one of them top of the deck. Draw 1 card. It's not too bad, but you get to know what your next 5 steps are for, and that's very powerful.
I mean, I'll pay 2 life to look at the top 5. Like, I'm about that.
Magical attack, of course, Arcane Rune Pulse. Target one warrior on the field, return the target warrior to the owner's hand. Ridiculous. Super strong. Slow them down. You don't even need to kill them, just slow them down. Physical attack, of course, is Staff of Oraclus, deal 4 damage. Simple enough.
The Veil is VC3, just like all the others, and then it flips into the Realm, which is the Frost Realm. When this card is revealed, immediately activate the following, which nothing can happen in regard to this. It happens.
Yep.
And then you can target up to 2 cards on the field, return the targeted cards to the respective owner's hands.
Yep.
So you can do yours and theirs, and you get your card back so you can play it to do extra stuff, or you can hit 2 of theirs.
Yep. And mostly if it's their Fortitude or whatever, just get it out, or Unified, just get them out.
Yeah.
Make sure that you can clear the board as much as possible. And with the Synergy, it's the Metallurgy of the Clans. Cooldown is 5. Target X Dwarf Unified cards in your discard pile and eradicate the targeted cards. Bestow plus X up to 3 Dwarf Warriors you control until end of turn, where X is the amount of Unified cards eradicated by this effect. So if you're able to clear the way and maybe possibly do a Alpha Strike, this is what this is for. Just be like, okay, I can wipe my graveyard. 3 of these dudes are big. Swing, you're dead.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Because it's X. So if you have like 16 cards, you're like, my dude just gets plus 16. Let's go.
And I tell you,
roll it.
they have a lot of Unified cards for sure.
The Guardian that we have is Raylene, the Gatekeeper of Fingar's Peak. She has AP 50. At the start of the game, after mulligans, target player chooses 1 card in their hand and places it on the bottom of their deck.
Yep.
So you're like, hey, cool, get rid of a card. It's kind of neat. It's like a discard, but it's not.
True, and if you mulligan, they draw a card, then you get to tell them no. Yeah. We're equal. Sorry.
And then consume 10. If your Dwarf Warlord destroys at least 1 warrior by battle this turn, you can target up to 2 Dwarf cards in your discard pile. Place one of the targeted cards on top in any order.
Yep.
Or place the targeted cards on top in any order. So you get 2 cards back to the top of your deck, which is really, really strong.
Yeah.
Because you're like, hey, that card did a lot of work for me. I'm going to get it back.
Just go ahead and do this and do...
Or that card you took a long time to destroy, I'm going to get it back.
Yeah, that Fortified card, it's back now. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right, our first warrior here is Dalgo, Battleforge Tunneldigger. The sideways gets me. Attack 1, Plunder. Basically, you reveal half of your deck, or your opponent picks up your deck halfway. You draw the card that's on top of that, and then put it back. It's a 1/1 that draws you. Yeah. That's all you need it to do.
Yeah. It's super good for doing that.
Yeah.
Next up is Storala, the Blastforge Apprentice. She is a 1-drop with Retrieve, which is enter play controlling player targets a Unified or Fortified into this card and adds it to their hand. So it just gives you a free card. Yep.
That's all. Most of what these 1-drops need to do, will do. Of course, we have to have some equal balance of ones, and we go up to 5. It's a warrior, attack 5. Quidex, the Blastforge Honourbringer. He's just attack 5.
Because big dudes.
Most of these are like, hey, put a dwarf into play. Like, all right, I'll put an attack 5 in there.
Yeah.
And honestly, depending if you build your deck around it, you won't really need like anything like 2 to 4. So I always like the 1 and 5s. unless you have cards that say, hey, only 4 less or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it makes sense in a deck lane in a game like this because like you're gonna try to get there as quick as possible or get utility, and 2 to 4 kind of it does do it, but not as much as the 5 drops do.
Yeah, exactly.
Hillbrand, the Blastforge Blacksmith, he's a 5-drop, 5 attack dude.
And when you're clearing the board all the time with dwarves, you're just like, bam, take 10, take 10.
Yeah, it gets kind of crazy.
Yep. The next one, of course, is
Quantanmine,
the Blastforge Elder Druid. It's attack 1, wisdom. So basically, you look at the top 2 cards of your deck, then add 1 to your hand, the other one the bottom of the deck. Simple as that.
Dude's got a steampunk owl. Why would you not run him?
Yeah, they both. I think they both share eyes. They each have each other's
pretty good,
eyes.
though.
Yeah.
Next is Franz, the Blastforge Geyser Blaster. He is a 1 attack for Gust. When this warrior enters the play, you can target 1 warrior on the field. Return that targeted warrior to its owner's hand.
So
again,
good.
yours or theirs. So you can be like, hey, cool, I gotta do tricky things, or you're like, hey, cool, put your dude in the hand.
Yep. And the next one, of course, is Stoga-Frost Blastforge Flamekeeper. Attack 1, but it has wisdom. It also has a secret thing. So it has Perish. Search your deck and or discard pile for Kindle-Haust Blastforge Fire Sparker. Conscript and or revive the search warrior to the side of the field. And you'll see why this is so powerful.
Wow, that's neat.
Yeah.
Next is Kindle-Haust, the Blastforge Fire Sparker. Hey. He is a 1 attack warrior with Shockwave, which that ability is insane.
Yeah.
You can target 1 warrior on the field and your original attack 2 or less, destroy the targeted warrior. It has Gust, which is you can target 1 warrior on the field and bounce it to its owner's hand. And then Perish, you can activate both Shockwave and Gust abilities. Yep. So this dude comes into play and bounces the thing and kills the thing. And then when he dies, he bounces the thing and kills the thing.
Yeah. And the fact, this is our level 5 rare that we were able to get. So awesome with that. And you can only have 1 in the deck. But when you have a creature, another warrior, hey, come back every time. Just anytime I die, you just jump back in the field.
Yeah. You have a card that searches it up, it's disgustingly good.
And if this is in the graveyard, it goes back into play. You revive it. So why not have something that destroys the opponent every time it plays? It's ridiculous, it's super powerful, and I can't wait to throw it in there. The first unified card, of course, is Keltor's Explosion Kit. Bloodborne 6, so you pay 6 life. Search your deck for 1 Blastforge card, add the search card to your hand. If this card was in your discard pile, you may pay Bloodborne 8, eradicate this card. Target 1 Blastforge card in your discard pile, as well as 1 on the field. 1 card on the field. Add the targeted Blastforge card to your hand and destroy other targeted card. This is just ways to get rid of unified and fortified cards you can't deal with. And you get an extra bonus.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. You're just like, hey, cool, kill the thing, and I get a dude back.
It's a lot. You're paying 14 life, but sometimes that's even worth it. Or if you discard it through dwarf means, then you just pay 8 to kill things.
Next is Mining for Minerals. It is unified. Target 1 dwarf in your discard pile. Shuffle the targeted warrior back into your deck.
Yep.
Then search your deck for 1 dwarf fortified card, add it to your hand. You can activate 1 Mining for Minerals per turn. Pretty good because it gets back things.
Yeah,
you're essentially mining for minerals. You're getting your value back.
For sure. Because the next one, of course, Blastforge Blast Forward. It is a unified act, so it stays on the field. When this card is first activated, search your deck for 1 Blastforge Dwarf Warrior. Place it on the search warrior on the top of your deck. Once per turn, if Blastforge Dwarf Warrior is conscripted to your side of the field, you can conscript an additional Blastforge Dwarf Warrior from your hand to the side of the field. So you get 2 dudes. Just anytime you cast a dude, you just do this. Done. And yeah, that's good.
And you can control one
only,
of these,
only
but
one
that's
at a
super
time.
strong because you're like, hey, cool, I get free dudes.
I just get free dudes that keep coming.
Next up is Into the Blastforge. It is a unified act. Each time your Blastforge Dwarf is conscripted to your side of the field, reveal the top card of your deck. If the revealed card is a Blastforge Dwarf, conscript the warrior to your side of the field. If the revealed card is any other card, send the revealed card to your discard pile. So that helps you get that card in the discard, or it gives you free dudes.
Yeah. So this one works with the other one when you have to put a warrior on top, and then you play this one, and then you just put it on the field. And then you play another one because of the other one you conscript. It's ridiculous of how much you can swarm. Swarm with dwarves. Next one, of course, is Nistries. No, there's no Y. Or no R. There's Nisty's Warcleaver. Bloodborne 6. When your opponent activates a fortified card, you may target the fortified card, negate the activation, destroy it, which is amazing. Then if you do, you can pay another 6 life and target 1 other card in the field, destroy targeted card. So this gets rid of 2 fortifieds, or a fortified and a unified that's there, or a creature.
This card's pretty
Yeah,
good.
it's worth the payment.
Yeah, I was like, it's worth paying 12 life to kill 2 cards.
Yeah.
Diary of a Blastforge Survivor. That sounds pretty metal.
Yeah.
Bloodborne 4, as an additional cost to play this card, discard 1 Blastforge from your hand. Target 1 Blastforge warrior in your discard pile, conscript a dude to your side. You can then conscript an additional Blastforge door from your hand to your side of the field this turn.
Yeah.
So you're paying some life and you're discarding a card, but you get that card back, or you get another card and you get another dude from your hand.
Yep.
You get 2 dudes for 1. Pretty nice.
Pretty good. Of course, next we'll have the Blastback from the Blastforge. So this is the end of the metal album for sure, like maybe the epilogue. But once per turn, if your Blastforge Dwarf Warrior is conscripted your side of the field, target 1 card on the field, return targeted card to the owner's hand. It's an act. So every time you just play a dude, you like bounce that. Bounce whatever is on your field back. If this card is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can target 1 card in the field, return targeted card to the owner's hand. Cool. Thanks. So yeah. There's no value missed here, ever. You're just bouncing something back.
Yeah, giving another dude an ability to just bounce a creature when it comes in play is pretty disgusting. Pretty gross.
Yeah, gross.
Next up, Trap in the Black Powder Room. It is a fortified act. Once per turn, you can pay Bloodborne 4 and target 1 warrior on the field that is attempting to activate a keyword ability. Negate the activation of the targeted warrior's keyword ability and return the warrior to its owner's hand.
Yeah.
So, you want to do a thing? No.
No. You can only really play 1 warrior a turn. That thing's never going to be played, or the keyword's never going to be activated. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does make you pay 4 to get rid of a 1-drop, so it's kind of like it's pretty rough, but I mean, it's still, if you don't want them to get that ability, you're just like, no.
Yeah. You mean you're going to shockwave my dude? No. Get out of here. I don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
And of course, the next one is Blastforge Melt-Cannon. It is a unified card. It's an arm. It's the only one in the deck because it's kind of wild. You can only be equipped to a Blastforge Dwarf Warrior, of course. Bestow +6 to the equipped warrior. At the end of turn, this card was equipped. Destroy the equipped warrior. If this card is in your discard pile, you can target 1 card on the field and eradicate this card. Destroy the targeted card. So you're killing 2 things at least, or hitting someone with your 1-drop that's already done its thing. So you're hitting for 7. This dies, and then you can eradicate it and kill something else. I think it's pretty powerful.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's pretty strong for what it does.
Yep.
It does some craziness. All right, the next one we've got is the Grand Alehouse. It is a unified act. Once per turn, you can place 1 ale counter on this card. Once per turn, you can remove 2 ale counters from this card and target warrior on your field. Place the targeted warrior on top of the owner's deck. If this card is face up and is destroyed by a card effect, search your deck for 1 Alehouse card for every 2 ale counters on this card when it is destroyed. Wow.
Yeah. So this is the only Alehouse card in the deck, but it's too good to not play it. It just sits there and gains you value. And the fact that you can just be like, 2 turns, remove this, put a dude on your top of your deck, which slows you down. Thanks, bye. You know, it's just too good.
Yeah, and it's not even on your hand. It's on top of your deck. So that's what makes it so strong, because that sets them back a whole turn.
Yeah, exactly.
Good. You draw your card you already knew you had.
And if you have multiple of these out, which says you can't have more, because, you know, why not have all the bars around in the dwarf world? Then you just, like, pile them up, and then they never play anything ever again.
Yeah, it's kind of gross.
Sorry about that. The next one, of course, is our first fortified. It's Bordress Dreamscape. It is an act. When this card is first activated, discard 2 cards from your hand. But that's okay, because once per turn, if 1 or more cards are returned from the field to the owner's hand this turn, you can draw a card for each card returned to their hand. So all the bouncing you do, you get to equal out your discarding of 2.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty strong.
I would almost aggressively mulligan to get this.
Yeah, that's a pretty strong
turn
little card.
1.
Next is Ridoka's Prayer Gauntlet. It is a fortified Bloodborne 2. Activate this card only if your Dwarf Warlord is being attacked directly. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck and reveal any number of dwarves from among them. Conscript those revealed dwarves to your side of the field. Then add the rest of the cards to your hand. So you don't lose any value from doing this.
No.
You get dudes, and in this deck we're either getting big dudes or little dudes, but you get dudes and you get free cards.
And it can be up to 3 warriors immediately.
Yeah, that's gross.
That's super gross. Shatter of the Frozen Anvil. It is a fortified. Bloodborne 10. As an additional cost to play this card, send the top 2 cards of your deck in the discard pile. So they're not even in your hand. You don't have to worry. Trigger a player. Return all warriors to the target player's side to the field to their hand. Draw 1 card for each warrior that was returned to the targeted player's hand by this effect. You lose nothing. You don't.
Okay, I was wondering why you're gonna pay 10 because I was like, you're discarding cards and
Well, you're not even discarding. You're just putting the top 2 of yours.
yeah, you're milling cards and you're losing 10 life. But to be able to just bounce their whole field is pretty nice.
Yeah, and to draw a card for each warrior.
Like, yeah, it's kind of gross.
It's redonkulous.
Next, we got Never Shake the Cold. It is a fortified, consume 10. Negate the activation and effect of 1 unified card on the field and destroy it. Opposing player then draws 1 card.
Probably worth it.
Yeah, so you get to kill the thing that's a problem to you, but yeah, they get to draw a card, but you got to get rid of what was hurting you.
Yeah, for sure. Especially if it's an act unified card, you don't want to deal with that. Another fortified is Stoke the Battleforge. Activate this card only if opponent has attacked with at least 1 warrior they control. It doesn't have to deal damage, it just has to attack. As an additional cost to play this card, target 1 Blastforge card in your discard pile. Jesus. And eradicate the targeted card. I said Blastforge too much already.
Yeah.
The target 1 attacking warrior on the field. Return the target warrior to its owner's hand. Just another bounce. Card you don't care for.
Yeah, I mean, bouncing cards is real strong.
Yep.
It's super, super good. That is actually it for the deck.
Yep. That is all. As you can tell, the unified section is like the huge section of the dwarves, but all the value of all the dwarves just bouncing stuff, abilities bouncing things, slowing them down, and you just punching them in the face, hopefully. So we'll see. We'll see how this all goes. I feel like this is pretty damn strong.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty good just because you're playing a tempo game, and tempo games usually work pretty well in your favor as long as they're done correctly. So you like get it one dude that's kind of big, and then you just like clear the way for him the whole time.
And the best thing about this game is for tempo, you don't have to worry about a resource to wait on to be able to get there. So you just being able to tempo out however you draw is an okay, powerful thing.
Yes, pretty good. Pretty good.
Yep. With that, the deck list will be down below. Go ahead and catch us playing these on our weekly brawls here. And hopefully you enjoyed your stay here at Geektopia Island. Goodbye.
Later. Make sure you hit that like button, guys, and subscribe to our channel. It would greatly appreciate it. Also, make sure you hit that bell to stay up to date on any of the notifications for our channel. And lastly, make sure you give us all the comments down below, and we'll make sure we get them.
And just to remind you that we do have a Patreon. It only takes $1 to subscribe. But for those Mythic and above Patrons, we like to give you a super thanks. And that would be Ryan and Magic Dragon Games. We appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
We love you.